And joining us now is Mary Galvin. She is the William K. Warren Foundation Dean of the College of Science to share with us how College of Science students have been impacted by the COVID-19 crisis and response. Dean Galvin, thanks very much for being with us on The Fight.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how the College of Science is impacted. I mean, obviously, this is in many ways a scientific crisis. It is a pandemic. Science is very much at the forefront of trying to attack this. What's going on in the College of Science right now?
With respect to research, there's quite a few different projects going on. In biology, we have a couple faculty who are working on looking at the spread of the virus, epidemiology. We have chemistry faculty working with engineers to detect viruses in the sewage to decide or determine how a local community is doing. Chemists and biologists looking at work that could impact vaccines, detection, treatments. The new provost, who I think you had on, is a member of the College of Science, is a statistician who's done a development program, a registry in Houston. And unusually, maybe, but a little different, the Sheedy director for the Hildebrand Center for Compassionate Care has for a long time been working with doctors and students who want to go into medicine to learn how not to get burned out. And that's been quite useful now and was written up in the Chronicle of Higher Education. So there's a lot of research going on.
Well, Dean Galvin, let's talk about academics for a moment. Obviously, this is a crazy semester, and suddenly everyone was gone, and we're all trying to do things as faculty to develop remote learning strategies. I can't think of many things more difficult than labs and things like that in the college. How did the students in the sciences adapt?
Really well. I mean, it was quick, it was hard. People weren't really expecting it. I've seen some teacher evaluations from the students today, and they were very positive. So it was a quick transition. The faculty were very creative. They learned to videotape labs and present them to the students, give them the data. Faculty really stepped up in making themselves readily available online. All hours of day and night across different time zones. They kept virtual help centers open in math and things. So I was kind of proud at how the faculty stepped up and interacted with the students, and the undergraduates seemed to do quite well.
Well, you mentioned undergraduates there, and let's talk about the difference between undergrads and graduate students. The needs of graduate students are quite different. Talk about how they have been able to handle this during the crisis.
In some ways, it's been harder on them. They're not in the classes, but especially experimental students who need to get into labs and do research. The research buildings are primarily in hibernation unless they're doing COVID research. So it's interrupting their study. And I think we're going to end up needing fellowships and things to help the graduate students who they can read, they can write papers, but they can't get the data. And that's frustrating and hard for them and the faculty.
Dean Galvin, as we wrap up, can you share any Notre Dame moments that have given you hope or maybe inspired you during a very difficult time?
I think the kindness really, truly inspired me. As we went into the transition, I saw people working together, helping each other, teaching each other how to teach online. They reached out as we've been remote to each other to support each other. And I think in the sense of a Notre Dame family, what inspired me was their kindness and how they treated each other.
Well, Dean Galvin, we certainly appreciate you being here with us on The Fight and for all the great work that you're doing under the most stressful situation that I can imagine. Handling both graduate and undergraduate students in the sciences has had to be a terrific challenge. But we really appreciate you sharing those stories and being with us here. So thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Bye.
You bet.